What if I told you that a brand new insurance program just entered the Florida market and it's undercutting every major player, Citizens, AmRisc, Lloyd's of London, by almost 50%. If you're a real estate investor, this could be the best opportunity you've had in years to drop premiums, boost your NOI, increase your cash flow, and refinance at a higher cash out rate. But it could also blow up in your face like it did in 2022 with Hurricane Ian, UPC, United Property and Casualty, and the Great Florida Insurance Collapse. You save $100,000 in premiums at a 5.5 cap rate. That's $1.8 million added to your valuation. This is real money, and it's here right now. Whether we choose an AM Best carrier like AmRisc, who's dropping prices, or you choose Skyway, dirt cheap, but no rating except for demo tech. So it's a calculated risk for you. Today, I'm gonna break it all down. The good, the bad, the move you need to make right now. I'm Jerry Katz. I'm the CEO of Premier Protection Insurance, and this is Real Estate Profit Boost. This is Real Estate Profit Boost, where real estate investors learn how to increase profits, protect their assets, and win the game of insurance and NOI. You all have different risk tolerances. We understand that because I'm a real estate investor. And we insure over $4 billion of commercial real estate, mostly in high-risk coastal states, because I founded this place to solve my own problems. We don't play games. We move numbers, we cut fat, and we protect your cash flow. So when I say something big just happened in the Florida insurance world, you better believe it matters. So let's break it down, and you may want to take some notes. So this is how we get here. Let's rewind to 2022. Hurricane Ian hits. The entire Florida market collapses. UPC Insurance and 14 other carriers gone. Reinsurance dries up. Interest rates skyrocket by 500 basis points. And guess what? There's no institutions in insurance. What do? Citizens explodes from $5 billion to $95 billion in exposure. Now, you remember, premiums tripled. Deductibles hit 10, 15% of your total insured value. Master policies dismantled. DSCRs crushed. Lenders walking away from deals. If you had a $50 million portfolio, you were looking at sublimits, couldn't meet your lender requirements, and 300% increases. It was chaos. But as you know, because you're a client, or soon to be, we helped hundreds of investors pivot to Citizens because at that time it was the choice. And we negotiated with all your lenders to make sure your NOI stayed there. It actually went down. Now, enter Dan Peed. Who is Dan Peed? He co-founded AmRisc. He ran UPC until it failed after Ian. Now he's the executive chairman of American Coastal Insurance Corporation, a public company. And he's launched a new program called Skyway Underwriters. Here's what they are doing. They're writing large commercial schedules. $5 million is the minimum on one location. Then the schedule can go to 50, 100 million or more. And they're pricing at half of the market of last year. And they're offering coverage with a non-rated carrier. But they're competing with Velocity, AmRisc, Lloyd's, Scottsdale. And the market is panicking. And they're dropping prices to keep up with him. So why does this change everything? Let's be real. This is the first time in over 2 years that premiums are coming down, which means your NOI goes up, your DSCR improves. You can cash out refinance for more money. You can sell at a higher valuation, and you can rebuild a master policy without a Frankenstein setup. So let's run the math and pay attention, brokers and lenders. It's your time too. You save $100,000 in premiums at a 5.5 cap rate. That's $1.8 million added to your valuation. This is real money, and it's here right now. And brokers, you may have to redo your OMs, because if you call me for a quote, it's no longer $3,000 a door in Dade County, 1970s near the beach. Time to redo your OM and reach out to us. We're doing this every single day here at Premier Protection. We know how to build these schedules. We get them approved. We maximize your upside fast. Brokers, insurance is dropping fast, up to 50%. And if your offering memorandum, your OM hasn't been updated, you're losing listings and you're killing value. Click the link below and get a one-page quote from us in 24 hours. So let's pay attention, because the risks you need to know. Skyway is a surplus lines carrier. Now, what is surplus lines carriers? There's a million of them. The difference is it's not AM Best rated. Also, commercial, they have no FIGA protection if it collapses, meaning Florida Insurance Guaranteed Fund, right? So they won't bail you out. They're not rated, again, by AM Best, only by Demotech. So that may not be accepted for agency lenders like Freddie and Fannie. Sound familiar? But it's not to say we can't negotiate it. And when the market collapses, you'd be surprised what an insurance agency can do to get your bank to waive coverages, so at least you have something. We've done it. It's a 38-step process. By the way, this is what happened to UPC and all those other carriers. They offered great rates until the storms came. Then they couldn't pay, and the Florida Guaranteed Fund had to clean it up, but only on the personal line side, not the commercial. You were left, whatever reinsurance they had, whatever backing, there was a liquidation, and you did get paid something, but some people got hurt. Again, this is about risk tolerance if you choose Skyway. But here's the thing. If you're sitting on a massive $50 million master policy and the insurance market blows up, you're back scrambling with sublimits, 10% deductibles, and portfolio chaos. Whether we choose an AM Best carrier like AmRisc, who's dropping prices, or you choose Skyway, dirt cheap, but no rating except for Demotech. So it's a calculated risk for you. You understand? Risk reward, and it depends on your tolerance. So let me ask you something. Does this look ethical? Is it real? Let's not sugarcoat it, right? Dan Peed's strategy is simple with American Coastal and now Skyway. You come in unrated, you undercut the market, you take on huge exposure, and then you force the big players to react. And if there are no major storms, this works brilliantly and everybody wins. That's what happened with Dan Peed the last run. American Coastal and UPC, 7 years, huge profits. American Coastal still exists today. It's public. So if there are storms and they're back, right, this season, we're probably back in the same hole you saw in 2023. So is it ethical? It's debatable. We need carriers in the state. The laws allow carriers that are Demotech rated to enter the state with minimum financial support, but they do it. Their goal is to be profitable and buy a reinsurance. But when you move in, boom, you can disrupt the market. So Is it time for investors to move? Yes, if you have a plan. Investors, this is the time for TAO, total asset optimization. We're slashing insurance costs portfolio-wide and unlocking serious NOI. Run your TAO audit now. The link is below. So here's what we're telling our clients at Premier Protection Insurance. If you have a higher risk tolerance, you take the savings, but you stay agile. You use Skyway, or you use the competitors that are AM Best rating that are coming down in price. They may not be as cheap as Skyway, but they're competing. So the window is open even with an AM Best carrier. You hear that? If you choose Skyway, right, then you need a plan B. Build your exit strategy. Sell your properties. Know how to pivot if the carrier fails or the reinsurance dries up and we have a crazy storm season. The point is, match your risk to your exit strategy. If you're refinancing or selling in the next 3-6 months, you may want to go for the savings because your values will shoot up, right? But if you're holding for 10 years, maybe you hedge your bet and you take an AM Best carrier dropping prices. Or maybe you go with Skyway and the $50,000 in savings, you put a new roof, hurricane windows, right? How many hurricanes have been through here, never touched you? The other thing, don't violate your lender's guidelines. Nope, not just to go to Skyway. You have to keep the lender guidelines. And if you have a Freddie or Fannie and an agency loan, they only will take AM Best. But that's okay because it's down the price. So what you got to do is partner with the pros that have done it before. You're looking at them. I've seen this cycle every 7-8 years we do it. This is not amateur hour. This is time for the pros. The other agents, they're not going to tell you about this. Why? Because if your premiums go down, they lose commissions. You see, here at Premier, if my advisors save you money, they get paid 15% bonuses based on your savings. That's how I keep the culture focused on delivering savings and a higher NOI to the client. My competitors, they're commission-based, right? You lower the premium, you make less money. You're taking, money out of their pockets. So this is the time. You can cut premiums in half. You can add real value to your assets. You can rebuild a master policy with an AM Best carrier, and you can get ahead of your competition. But you gotta move fast because this won't last forever. And I'll promise you this, if the storm's coming in, because the cycles are changing and they're getting tighter, this whole market could get flipped again. But this is the time. We'll help you build a custom strategy. For example, the building that I own here, I'm on Federal. My dirt is worth more than the structure. So why do I need all this insurance? Agents don't, insurance agents don't get that. Real estate investors do. So the whole thing is we can match you with the right carrier to protect your NOI and prep you for both outcomes, especially if you're a syndicator that has a fiduciary responsibility to your investors. You don't want to get caught holding the bag with a storm and an unrated carrier. You want to go with an AM Best carrier at these reduced prices. So go to premierprotectioninsurance.com, fill out our TAO tab. It's called Total Asset Optimization. That's what we do. This is Real Estate Profit Boost. I'm Jerry Katz, and I'm also the CEO of Premier Protection Insurance. I'm an investor just like you who built this place for people like us. Let's grow your cash flow, optimize your risk, and win the game before it resets again. All I'm asking you is to subscribe for more insights. Drop a comment below if you want some help. Click the links below. There's our TAO link to reach out to us. And share this with your partners. your investors, all of them. Want me on your podcast? Reach out. But most importantly, know that this is the window of opportunity. So until next time, protect your profits, play the long game, stay smart. Peace, love. You want higher profits without higher risk? The blueprint's right here. Hit subscribe and watch Real Estate Profit Boost.